You're back at the first edition, folks. Thanks for your company this morning. Joining us live, the Shadow Trade and Tourism Minister, Kevin Hogan. Kevin, good to see you. Let's start off with this blast for the Prime Minister's gas policy led by the Santos chief, Kevin Gallagher. He's called it a Soviet-style policy, which is a form of nationalisation. What do you make of what he said overnight?
Well, I think part of that's right, Pete. I mean, what we've seen is the government come in and say, OK, we're going to cap the price of certain commodities at a certain level. I mean, that's never worked, and that is what the Soviet Union used to do. They'd put a price on something and say, the price of this isn't going to go above this or that, or the floor of a price isn't going to go this or that either. So even in Australia, Pete, we in the 80s tried to cap interest rates on mortgages at 12%. What did that do? They ended up going to 18 because the market failed. We put a floor on the price of wool in the 80s, saying the wool price can't go below a certain level. What happened? We had warehouses around the country full of wool bales. So look, this isn't going to work. The price of your electricity bills and energy bills is going to go up because of this. Everyone has said that, including Labor. And now the industry is saying they'll go up even higher because they're not going to invest in this industry anymore.
Right. Is this a risky ploy from the coalition, though, to oppose something that will have some benefit to consumer in the form of savings?
Pete, the price of everyone's energy bills, business and households, are going up. The Labor government have said that. They've put in a price cap that they think might help that increase be less, but the industry, and we don't think that will be the case. We actually think that prices, as the industry do, are going to go up more because of this. Because what the industry now won't do, they're scared of this government. I mean, make no doubt about this. This is the most left-wing government we've seen since Whitlam. They've reversed the Hawke-Keating IR reforms, and now they're bringing in price controls like the Whitlam government did. So what we will see, we will start to see supply shortages because of this. Business is now scared of this government because I don't think they can invest and think, OK, well, the IR rules or the price of what we do is going to be stable about that. They view us now, some industries are viewing us like a Venezuela. I mean, they don't trust the government anymore to make investments. So I think in the intermediate term, this will not only mean prices of going up, but we're going to have supply shortages of energy products because of this.
Well, I mean, that's the point I was going to ask you about that too. The Prime Minister denies that's going to be the case, though. But how certain are you that this deal will impose supply gaps?
Well, because that's what the industry are telling us. So the people who invest into this area and to invest into energy, who bring products online, are saying we're not going to do that anymore because we can't trust them. If you change the rules, you have to change the rules on going forward. You can't change it retrospectively. Not even countries who do crazy things do it retrospectively. They do it, OK, from new investments, this is what we're doing. They've done it retrospectively as well. Even down to, Pete, like a lot of these companies and these industry people have to put money into maintenance of things to make sure there's enough gas coming on supply, or even the gas we have now will keep coming with maintenance projects and stuff. They're saying we're pulling out of this. We don't trust this government. This government has rolled a very dangerous dice this week with energy. We think prices will still go up, and now we're going to have supply issues.
So is this better? Is it your view that doing nothing would have been better than this?
No, we need more supply. So we, as a previous government, were looking to bring projects on to bring. Sure, but even then, you at least have confidence in it. So, we believe that, that was going to increase supply. It was going to be, not one, the supply would keep coming, so the lights would stay on, and that would have a good impact on prices as well. Actually, on that, Pete, while prices did go up in the last few months, a lot of these wholesale prices have come back down to where they were during the election, including the price of gas. So, some of this, I think, was also a stunt. We saw the Labor government in the budget have a really bad week when they brought out their budget, because all they said in the budget really was that your energy prices are going up. So I think they needed to be seen to be doing something as well. That's why they rushed us back yesterday, the cost of millions of dollars, and gave us 2 hours to debate legislation that we'd seen about 10 hours before that at 8 o'clock the night before. So this is rushed. They want to be seen to be doing something, but I don't think they've thought through the ramifications of this. Very dangerous.
OK, let's switch to nuclear. There's been an about-face, it would seem, from the New South Wales Energy Minister, Matt Keane, when it comes to nuclear. He called it a unicorn. Or a variety of that in interviews in months gone by. Now it seems he's all for it when it comes to smaller nuclear reactors. What do you make of his about face?
Well, I think it's a good development in the sense we need to make sure the lights stay on. So we all like renewables, we all like wind and solar. I've got them on my roof over there. But what we don't want is an energy system that's relying on the weather. So we need something to firm up when the weather's not working, the wind isn't blowing or the sun isn't shining. We know we need to phase out coal to meet our net zero commitments. Nuclear will do that. There's no emissions with nuclear. It's very safe. It's much safer than it used to be. You can have small modular reactors that you can't even see. So I think it's a good development.
All right, we'll leave it there. Kevin Hogan, appreciate that. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.